Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, the Everyday Non-Expert here, and today I'm going to be going over FOC final orders due for March 22nd, 2021. Without further ado, let's get started. First up, from IDW Publishing, we have Canto and the City of Giants #1. Canto has just been picked up, I believe, for an animated movie from Jada and Will Smith, their movie animation studio something, if I remember correctly. So anything Canto has the possibility of getting hot, especially if it's featured in that or adapted later. And I'm just sort of reading it real quick. Reunites with the giant guardians of Dis, Fra, and Ba to try to defeat the Shrouded Man. It says Bridge Canto 2, The Hollow Men, and the upcoming Canto 3. So I wonder if this is going to sort of lead into Canto 3. So for those of you Canto fans out there, you may want to pick this one up. And I know I actually sold my Canto 1. I had the 1 second print, and I had a number 2. And then I had all of the Hollow Men series. It was pretty good on eBay after the announcement. The prices were just too enticing to pass up. Next, we have Daredevil, #29. I actually read number 28 today. And as usual, Chip Zdarsky doesn't fail to impress. Old foes, new faces, lost loves. Looks like there's a secret in this one. It was more of you find out what happened with Typhoid Mary after King in Black. And then also Daredevil has a pretty big self-realization in 28. And Elektra is still just trying to figure out how to be Daredevil and actually how to help the girl whose mom died in the King in Black tie-in. So yeah, let's see what they have in store for us on 29. I am definitely going to be picking this up, and if you haven't been on this, I don't know what else you expect from comics. This is about as good as it gets, especially right now. And next up, from Marvel, is another Chip Zdarsky book. And it is Spider-Man, Spider Shadow #1, with a beautiful cover by Phil Noto. And this seems like it's an alternate universe with what if Peter Parker became Venom. It does say Hobgoblin attacks, and Peter might give in to a new dark impulse. And that Spider-Man is about to change his rules. Is he going to kill Hobgoblin? With Chip Zdarsky writing it, I can only imagine it's going to be somewhat philosophical. Spider-Man's going to have some internal struggles, much like Daredevil. And Spider-Man's actually been in Daredevil, so it'll be interesting actually to see how he writes Spider-Man in Spider-Man's book, since he's been writing Spider-Man from a Daredevil perspective. And I may pick up several copies of this as my Spec of the week, because it not only has Chip Zdarsky writing it, so it could be a long-term play, but it has Phil Noto's beautiful artwork on the cover. I mean, look at that. Look at the anguish in Peter Parker's face. I don't know that anguish is necessarily just because he's getting overtaken by the Venom symbiote, but it could be an emotional based on what this is showing as well, the preview's stating as well. So anyway, very interesting pickup. And this looks like it's cover B. This cover art is done by the interior artist, Pasquale Ferry. And then we have cover C, the Ron Lim variant, Spider Shadow. It doesn't say A, B, and C, so don't quote me on that, but that's just how it's listed in Previews World. Next up from Marvel is a book that I have also been on along with Daredevil. It is Donny Cates' Thor, and this is the finale of Donald Blake's rampage, and I cannot wait to see what happens. So it looks like only one man is going to remain standing. We can all assume it's probably going to be Thor. Yeah, so I mean, just Donald Blake, Thor's gonna win. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see how it is. It's been really entertaining so far. They even brought Throg into it a couple issues ago, and that was really cool. And then he was actually eaten, and then he escaped, but that was pretty interesting. Anyway, yeah, Thor 14. Looks like it's going to tie up the end of this. I am probably going to be at the end of Specking on Thor. I've been getting into multiple issues with some of these because Donny Cates, But I wonder if I'm going to be giving up one too early, because the next one is going to be I believe the beginning of a new arc. So there could be surprises in that one. And Donny Cates might be lulling us into a false sense of boredom as far as Spec goes, and then he's just gonna unleash something crazy in Thor 15, and we're all gonna wish that we had kept specking on Thor. Now, I do see that this is the Olivier Coipel cover. He's the one who did that amazing Miles Morales Marvel Voices cover a couple weeks ago. Just thought I'd throw that out there. So that is a cover A, and then it looks like here's cover B by Carlos Pacheco. This is the Reborn variant. I guess they're doing this whole Reborn series, which I'm not that excited about. But if you are, here's the Reborn variant for Thor. Next up is my current favorite book from Boom Studios, and one of my favorite reads. It is Mighty Morphin. And this one, I just read Mighty Morphin 5. You learn all about the Green Ranger, who he was, and how he became the Green Ranger. And then it actually ends up at the middle of number 4, so it's kind of his build up, and then throughout the first issues you were kind of wondering who this Green Ranger was, and then at the end of 5 it kind of all comes together, it all catches up, and so then number 6 is probably going to be them combining. And at the end, the very last panel of number 5 was the Green Ranger was actually going to go on camera with his mask off and show his identity to everybody, to show them that he's the mysterious Green Ranger isn't some alien, and so that they can be reassured that he's one of them, and that they could possibly even stand up themselves and things like that. He thought it could be more inspirational with his mask off than with his mask on, regardless of the consequences. So not only will it be fun to see how our Power Rangers deal with having fled the battle inside the dome, but we will also see the ramifications of the new Green Ranger going maskless in an interview. So I'm really excited about this. This is cover A by Lee in Hyuk Lee, and I mean, classic costumes, gotta love that. And then here's the legacy variant showing the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger series number 66. I'm not loving these legacy variants. I already got the previous, I got 63 and 64 so far, and then I think there's gonna be 65 and then 66. I don't know, not loving them. I probably will not pick up this variant, even though I've picked up the previous ones in the past. And then there is actually a blank sketch variant green, because I think this all has to do with the Green Ranger. So this might be worth a pickup if you're planning on getting some type of sketch at a comic book shop as soon as things open back up and we can have, not shop, but conventions, as soon as we can start having them again. This is one that you might want to pick up because again, it's going to have the ramifications of the new Green Ranger, so this would be a great Green Ranger type sketch to get on this book. After that, we have Proctor Valley Road number 2. I did read number 1 today, and it was pretty good. The characters are kind of annoying, but what happens to them is really intriguing. The mystery of what's going on, and especially the not sort of confrontation, but the main problem that happens and occurs at the end of issue 1 was enough of a cliffhanger to make me want to see what happens. So I will be reading and getting number 2. I mean, it's Alex Child and Grant Morrison, so it's the story's definitely going to be intriguing. And then here, so that was cover A, and this is cover B. So this girl right here, she's actually one of the, I want to say 2 main characters, but there's several main characters. It mainly starts off with these 2 cousins trying to go see, I think, Janis Joplin, as you can kind of see by her peace sign shirt and her heart sunglasses. I wonder what's up with the hyenas. It sort of looked like that's what attacked one of the boys in number 1, but I'm not quite sure if that's really it. I do like the cover art. It's by Chris Wildgoose, who I've actually never heard of before. So it'd be interesting to sort of learn and go back and see if he had done, or she, named Chris, had done any covers previously that I loved and didn't know. Now, it does look like in the preview it says that they're prime suspects in the disappearance of the missing boys. So I guess it's not much of a spoiler to then say that they blame the girls for the boys disappearing. However, they don't think that it's murder. They think that the boys draft dodged because they had just received their draft cards in the mail saying they've been drafted to Vietnam. And they think the girls may have helped them cross the border because this takes place in Proctor Valley Road in California. And what's cool is I grew up in San Diego, and they actually referenced that the initial people who got taken by the monsters were from Pacific Beach. So little shout out to the PB town that I used to go down to, or down to when I lived in North County, and then up to when I was going to San Diego State. After that, we have Maniac of New York, number 3. I actually haven't read 1 and 2 yet, I know, but I generally go up to 3 anyway, so I have a whole month. I probably will end up reading 1 and 2 in the next few weeks. I'm prepping for 3, and then if I like it, I will probably stick with it, and if not, I won't. However, I'm getting some or hearing some good buzz about this book. It's nice to see independents like Aftershock kill it, especially after DC's future state waste of money garbage. Yeah, independents seem to be killing it right now. IDW, Boom, Aftershock, Scout. I don't know if I said, but Image. So anyway, here's Maniac in New York number 3, and can our heroes jump aboard the runaway train and find the survivors before Harry slaughters them? Plus, we finally learn what life-altering mistake got Zelda trapped in the Maniac on the Maniac beat. So there you go. I guess there's been something going on with Zelda in the first 2 episodes. You finally realize what mistake she made. So you might want to pick up A Maniac of New York number 3 from Aftershock Comics. And my second to last book outside of DC for this week is from Mad Cave Studios, and it is Nottingham number 1, the second print. The first print went ham on the secondary market, so I'm at $3.99. I'm probably going to pick up 5, maybe even 10 of these Nottingham second prints. I'm pretty sure they'll at least go for cover, especially because it's not like Spider-Man 55, the Gleason cover, where everyone knew how great the first print sold on the secondary market. You still didn't hear that much about how Nottingham did on the secondary market. So I don't think that this will be as overly ordered as the Gleason second and third printings for that Spider-Man 55. So I know the first print kind of took people by surprise after the final order cut off. So it still will be a little bit over-ordered, but I really don't think it'll be over-ordered enough to where it will not at least resell for cover. So I think this could be, it is not financial advice, and nothing I ever say is. It's just what my own play is. I may invest in about 5 or 10 copies of these. And then if it ends up not spiking, then I will just try to sell them for cover, or maybe take a loss of like 25 cents per copy and throw them up on eBay as a lot. And I actually don't have a number 1. I missed this book completely. You guys know I've been off YouTube for a while. I kind of have been out of comics for about a month. Been trying to get my day business up off the ground, and that's long nights, early mornings, especially with a new baby. So I just don't have the extra time to do this as I would like. But you know, the other things in life are not only necessary, but also, like I mentioned with the baby, and the rest of my family, I'd rather be spending my time doing that. This is just sort of my hobby, my release of all of life's tensions that can be getting to you, especially like not yet getting your stimulus check after seeing everyone flashing their stimulus on social media. Anyway, rant over. Check out Nottingham, second print, Mad Cave Studios, $3.99. And my last book before I switch over to Lunar for DC is Redemption number 3. This is an awesome Mike Deodato cover, and I actually am just now realizing he does the interior art as well, so that's pretty cool. I have number 1 and 2, haven't read them. I bought number 1 as a spec, and then a lot of people were talking about how good of a story it was, and that it's cool. It seems like a cool sort of apocalypse western type deal. So that seems pretty interesting to me. So I am actually not going to FOC this, but it is on my list of seeing if it's on the shelves when I get there. I may try to read number 1 and 2 before Monday. I may try to do that this weekend, and if I do like it, then I will actually place an FOC order for number 3 on Monday, or before, after I decide if I like those books or not. But for right now, I just wanted to let you guys know that I am interested, at least, in picking up Redemption number 3 on New Comic Book Day, all the way out in April 14th. That's the day before taxes are due. Awesome. And first up for DC, these books are going to be due. FOC for these is actually due one day before, so the 21st, Sunday, because they come out on Tuesdays. And this is Batman Scooby-Doo Mysteries. I might get these for the kids. It's $2.99. I mean, I already got Batman and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so bringing in Scooby-Doo to Batman seems kind of like a gimmick by Warner, but one that I might be interested in, especially at that price. And then I'm skipping the 0 point. One that I want to bring to your attention is Batman the Detective number 1, $3.99. He's in Europe, it looks like, by Tom Taylor. A horrific tragedy in UK draws Batman there. So it looks like he's in part of an investigation, hunt for the villain known as Equilibrium. Never heard of him before. So it says new villains, new allies, could be some first appearances here. Exercise 26-page debut story for $3.99. Not too impressed. 26 pages for $3.99. Come on. I still think, I mean, it's better than a $7.99 book that they were doing. And then giving us like 3 stories at the end that we don't even want. They did it with Future State. But that's cover A. And that's kind of a cool looking cover B. That reminds me of the Apocalypse Batman that was in the Snyder Cut that I watched today. Hope you all watched it. I loved it. Thought it was great. That's pretty lame and boring. I guess it's for a sketch. But again, you're paying $1 more for the cardstock. And then this thing is so ugly. Why does Batman look like a girl? I mean, I got no problem with female superheroes, but you saw from the other ones, it's clearly Batman. This would be a good one if it was for Batgirl, or Batwoman. But although Batwoman probably would have the hair coming out. I mean, they don't have to have the hair. This one would be a nice one, I think, for Batgirl or Batwoman. But that's definitely not Batman. I don't know, just my 2 cents. Not getting Super Sons. This one might be interesting to you guys. I'm not getting it. It's War of the Multiverse. It's a death metal. I mean, I feel like we just finished with these Dark Multiverse death metal things. So, I don't know. There you go. Oh, that's a trade paperback. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, there's a trade paperback of Death Metal War of the Multiverse if you want. I got each of the individual issues myself. Infinite Frontier 0 second print with Darkseid. Another shout out to the Snyder Cut today. $6. No thanks. Joker number 2. I got Joker number 1. Haven't read it yet. Here's a Federici for Joker number 2, 1 in 25. I mean, the detail and everything is cool, but again, I just don't dig the look. I don't know. Maybe I'm just used to the way that Punchline is drawn on other covers. This looks like someone cosplaying as Punchline. This doesn't look like Punchline. And then, have you guys read that Superman Red and Blue? Is it any good? Might be interested in it, but at this point I'm just not. Love this Joshua Middleton Wonder Woman cover. I'm not getting it, but man, that is a beautiful cover. And then a Young Justice trade paperback for those of you interested in Young Justice. So that's it for DC. FOC again due Monday, March 21st, 2021. Alright everyone, that's going to do it for me for this week. I hope you found a couple of books that you would be interested in picking up. And if you get your orders in on time, you can make sure that your comic book store gets those for you. If there are some that you want to spec on, FOC is a beautiful time to order multiple so that you're guaranteed to get those. Sometimes after FOC, you're not guaranteed to get multiples if you request them through your LCS, and then, or even you may be resulted to getting, or you may have to resort to getting them on Feebay or Facebook at a markup because you didn't get them on FOC. So if there's a book you want, get it. Again, there might be some fun speculation plays in the mix there. And if you did like this video, please give me a thumbs up, click that like button, comment down below your top picks, or if you have a single one that you think is great, or if there are any ones that I'm not getting that you are interested in. Feel free to comment, please comment, that will help. And then also, if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe, click the notification bell, switch it to always, and so you're always notified right when these videos come out, especially the FOC. They can help save you money or help make sure that you get the book that you want the day that it comes out. Alright, thanks again for stopping by. Until next time, have a great one.